Welcome to the year of 2020. Metal Red officially start this month. Okay, so for those of you who is a little bit confused, we are working with a lot of calendars. So there are first the Gregorian calendar, which is 1st January, which has nothing to do with the calendar system that we use. Then you have the familiar Chinese lunar calendar. That is the one that go through what you call your Chinese New Year. So that calendar has nothing to do with this calendar, and also we are using a solar calendar. So solar calendar this year, the cutoff is from 4th of February. So it's called Lap Chun. So Lap Chun Cantonese means standing egg. I don't know. That day, a lot of people like to, take an egg and then put on a flat surface and see if the egg can stand on itself. So a lot of people would have done that and see if it can stand. Okay, so today we're gonna do this. So my name is Kevin Chan. So for those of you who are not familiar with me, so I'm the author of the book BaZi Road to Success and also BaZi Road to Parenthood. I'm a consultant with the Joey Yap Consulting Group, and I've been featured in several platforms, including TV like Bernama, radio like Melody FM, and a lot of a property platform like iProperty and also Mastery Asia. So this month we'll be talking about February 2020, which is a Wu Yin. So it's Earth Tiger. So take note, those that are having a pig in their chart, so pig and tiger is a combined, and monkey and also your tiger is a clash. Active auxiliary star with the tiger is Sky Horse, which will promote traveling and also cross-border expansion, which means that you move out of the place that you are currently in. That is called a Sky Horse. Okay, so those are the one that you have. So for those of you yet to print your BaZi chart, please visit the provided link to get your BaZi chart printed. So let me just get the slide started. Let's have a look. Blank page. Okay, so this is the forecast. It's 4th February until 4th March. For those of you want to be accurate, so it's for the month of February. Okay, so it's Wu Yin, February 2020 of Tiger. Take a look at that. So this is where you go to print your BaZi chart. You need your BaZi chart to be printed for this session, because we are not looking at your birth animal sign. All right, so what we are looking at, if you print your BaZi chart, then you go to your natal chart. The circle one, which is on the top on the day, that's called a day master. So this is the component that controls all the variation inside your chart. Okay, so this month we're gonna talk a little bit more lengthy because it's a completely new year. So I will introduce a bit on the year of each of the day master before proceeding to the month of the day master, so that you would have a bit of a bigger a year view of the entire theme of the year before going down to a month on month. So we will always start with the Jia Wood. Okay, so we start with the Jia Wood. So looking at the year first, so Geng Zi, so Geng Zi year, metal red year. Jia Wood is basically looking at a 7 killing versus a direct resource. Okay, so 7 killing has a lot to do with aggression. So you already know that this year on the surface, the Jia Wood basically is going to be meeting with a lot of aggression, and resource star is basically a lot of learning. Okay, so it's basically practical learning. So entire year is all about practicability, about learning, is about really trying out the thing that they are supposed to try out. So there's going to be a lot of lesson learned for the Jia Wood for the entire year. So if you take a look at the months, the Wu Earth and also the Jia Wood, so Wu Earth is basically indirect wealth, and Jia Wood is basically a friend star. So indirect wealth is opportunity, and when you're sitting on a friend star, I mean the opportunity is a bit more friendly. And just take notes that the indirect wealth is what you call rooted. So there is another Wu inside the tiger in the hidden stem that is basically something that is rooted. So which means that this opportunity is potentially real. Okay, so it's a good opportunity. You can basically use the opportunity into a long-term sustainability. So you need to take some time to look and take some time to assess opportunity that's brought to you by the people around you. Okay, so again, 7 killing direct resource, there's a lot of learning involved for you, and you do need to get your hand dirty into doing the thing for you to make this opportunity realize. So hidden danger here is that you need to know that the Jia Wood and also the Geng Metal from the year is basically a clash situation. So if you further want to take a look at it, the Earth from the month and the Gui Water is also a combine. So you need to know that these are because they are subtle interaction, not direct interaction. You do need to be a bit more careful when you are dealing with it, which means that this opportunity may potentially cause you to lose a friend because of the profit or the return involved in the entire deal. So you need to take a look at your situation, whether the friend is someone that's worth keeping. So you need a careful assessment of your situation. So you need to take a look at the entire thing in a more careful manner. So don't end up putting in a lot of effort in it and then not being able to benefit for it. So you need to think of yourself whether you can sustain the task. Okay, your ability, will it be able to sustain to reach the goal? So you take a look at that because again, there is a connotation here of sacrificing the people around you to reach the goal, which is something that you need to put into consideration. All right, so that is your Jia Wood. Okay, let's look at the Yin Wood counterpart. So Yin Wood, when you look at the year, it is a direct officer on top, looking into the indirect resource. So direct officer are always appointed authority. So it's authority that's basically given to you for free. All right. So it's great. You don't have to fight for it. So it's basically given to you, and indirect resource are basically a very good opportunity for you to observe. Indirect resource are usually learned by observation. So they look at big picture, look at big pattern. So here is it. You have a big opportunity to basically learn from people of higher stature than you, to absorb the knowledge that they have, and you will also have the opportunity of obtaining the power and also status and authority required in this year, provided that you are playing the game correctly. So if you take a look at the month, the Earth is basically your direct wealth. So it's a connected direct wealth. So that's great. So people like direct wealth because direct wealth is directly translated of being success. You completed a task and you are able to exchange the task for money. So that's what direct wealth is. So make sure that you plan your most important task into this month, because this month is going to be one of your most productive month if you take a look at it. And the good thing about it is because there is 10 stem and there's 12 branches, the Earth stem will repeat at the end of the year. So you may have chances of seeing the Earth again at the end of the year, which means that you will have 2 months whereby your direct wealth would appear. So it's a good thing. So align all your important tasks to this month, complete all of them first. So what you need to be careful of is the rock wealth that is sitting under the direct wealth. So showing off your fortune may attract some authority to your source of fortune. Pay your dues on time. So which means tax that required to be paid, please do pay the tax. You do have a big direct officer on top for the entire year. The tiger does bring one thing is the rock wealth. Second thing is the hurting officer. The rock wealth will basically attack your wealth. The hurting officer will attack your officer, which means that you may run into litigative issue that will cause you to have financial loss. So make sure the things that you are doing are legal, and also you are paying, whatever is required. So action required, work hard, keep your head down, continue to produce, achieve the result that you want. Work hard for this month. You can show off much later when the coast is clear. So when the direct officer and the hurting officer are no longer clashing and the rock wealth is no longer stick together with your direct wealth, that is when you may want to reward yourself a bit or reward the people around you a bit. But for this month, keep getting to your goal. So Pink Fire. So Pink Fire is basically going to have quite a good year this year. So Pink Fire is looking at indirect wealth on direct officer. So we love the direct officer because this is appointed authority. So Pink Fire this year going to have quite a bit of an authority on his hand. And indirect wealth talking about a great opportunity to basically convert the opportunity, right? So it's great opportunity for them to basically earn a bit of money using the authoritative head gain that they have basically accumulated. So this year is pretty much quite a good year, quite nice. So if you take a look at it, the month, Eating God sitting on indirect resource. So Eating God have a lot to do with generating new idea. So you're already in a success path, you have the authority. So it's good for you to leap forward by expanding the authority and look at some of the market gap that has opened up. Take advantage of the benefit that basically you can see right now. So you are ahead of a lot of people with the authority, right? You use the authority to further gain distance from your competitor. So what you need to do proper research, okay? So ensure all the research being done, your due diligence towards the idea that you have. This is to avoid infringement of intellectual property. Okay, you may be, too happy with whatever that you have. You may have crossed a bit of a line, especially if you are dealing with a lot of intellectual property and especially graphic related intellectual property. That is a bit more difficult to avoid if you keep on fishing photos from internet. So you need to be careful of that. Okay, what you need to do is generate more ideas. You need to leverage on the Eating God style, which is an idea generator. Don't just stop at one. Get more idea out. Not all of them will work out in the end. So it's still early in the year. Just take a look at what is available and start generating new ideas that will propel you to the end of the year. So leverage on the strength, authority, and also the opportunity that's open to you for the entire year. So that's the Pink Fire. You take a look at it. Okay, Think Fire. Think Fire this year is a bit more aggressive, but generally it's quite a winner because you have a direct wealth on top. The Geng Metal is basically direct wealth. So again, a lot of time when we talk about a BaZi reading, people love the direct wealth because the direct wealth is directly linked or connotated with money, but actually it talks about a very determined person that can finish the task that is passed on to him or her. So the 7 killing though is basically a person who would fight to the death to get the thing done. So like you can see, direct officer are appointed power, whereas 7 killing are power that is gained. So you are not playing nice, so you are going to go out and basically take the power for yourself. So this win is basically a hard-fought, taken win. So you now overlap the month in the month. You have a hurting officer in there. You also have a rock wealth inside, and you couple with the 7 killing in your year. So you can see that it is a all-out fight to the end month for the Think Fire person. So you're not gonna play nice. So it is a best time for you to drive your vision, to tell people that you mean trouble. So you mean trouble. Not that you mean trouble. You basically means what you want to do, and this is basically a good time for you to drive the vision that you want to send to the upper people. So Sky Horseman, ensure your vision travel far, travel high, travel above, go to the headquarters. So it is a war drum, war cry. Times is to inspire the people, inspire your soldier that this is the year where you're gonna attack the other fella and get to the win. So the bigger your organization is, actually the better this combination of aggressive star is going to do. So need to be caution observing protocol. So because all the aggressive star, the herding officer, the 7 killing, and also the rot wealth are frowned upon star in the olden day BaZi system. They don't like this aggressive star. They do not like aggressive people in the olden day. So if there's communication protocol, especially herding officers in herding officer like to communicate, please observe it carefully. Don't want your vision to be totally against your current company direction. So you need to know your company direction, then basically your talk and then your vision need to be aligned with the company direction. Let's not go the other direction, right? So craft communication carefully. So ensure that you communicate and the story is crafted carefully so that the necessary vision and information is directed towards the correct direction. So now it's really about your speech crafting. How can you make your vision, and also how can you drive everybody towards that direction. So this is a you mean business month. So you are driving everybody towards a direction. So please don't drive them off the cliff. Worth, okay. So worth again. Water. You look at the water carried the direct wealth, and then the metal carried the indirect wealth. So BaZi, we have a saying that eating God produce wealth, 食神生財. So it's basically a very good year for the earth as they are able to generate more and more money-making idea throughout the year. So they got more and more opportunity. They'll be able to expand more and more of their idea towards idea that basically is worth expanding your effort into to get things done. So it's a very productive year for the earth. So the month of February though is a friend over on 7 killing. So you just need to know every time you see the 7 killing and the friend together, it means sacrificial. Okay, 7 killing means cutting people, it's a fighting, cutting people, and friend star mean that there's a lot of friends around you. When you swing your sword around, in a crazy manner, there's gonna be what we call collateral damage. So let's be careful of that. So when you have the friend star, great to gather ally, gather support. This is you're gonna use for the rest of the year. So these are the people, your soldier, you're gonna bring over for your campaign for the entire year. So share them your grand vision and possibly share the return with them if they join your bandwagon. So you need to offer. What's your offer? What's your pitch? What's in it for them when they join your bandwagon? So you need to be able to tell them that. So what you need to be careful of is trying to be overly accommodating. So friend star is a star that work in a way that they try to harmonize everything. So don't try to gather too many dead weight, okay? It may slow down your entire progress. So you need to really select the correct people. Your job is to get an elite army together for the entire year. So which means that throughout the year, you do need to do some trimming or chopping of the group of people that you have attracted now. So that's what the 7 killing is telling you about. So what you need to do, filter your allies. You need to do a bit of filtering, have some fixed criteria ready as filtration system for looking for your ally. So you need to have a list of checkbox. The person need to have this. Of course, if you know BaZi, then it's much more easier to balance the team. Start at looking your own profile. What is your strong? What is your weak? Go and gather those people who are strong at area whereby you are weak, so you can make a solid team where all 10 area is basically strong. So be careful with who you call as comrade in your battle this year. So it's still a very early stage of the year. So I will always say that, use this as a planning platform for yourself. Okay, let's look at G Earth. So G Earth this year having the hurting officer and also indirect wealth. So when you see hurting officer, first thing that you need to come to your mind is easily get famous. Hurting officer like being famous. Hurting officer like standing out. And when you have the year there as the indirect wealth, there is easy access to fame. Okay, so very easy access to fame. And when you jump over to the month, you are looking at rock wealth. Okay, so the main energy right now, connected energy and rock wealth. So rock wealth has a lot to do with competition. So you can pull attention to yourself and recognition towards yourself so that you stand out among your peers. Okay, so rock wealth always to do with competing among people of the same level. The rock wealth try to go one level above the people. So if you are competing among people who are already very low level, then you will be a low level elite. So if you compete among people who are at a high level, you become a high level elite. So always choose the people that you compete with very carefully. So be careful of needless spending. So rock wealth like to spend. That's what they do the best. So they like to spend so that they look good. Plus hurting officer want the attention. So you can see that want to spend, want the attention. So when your group of friends is basically are already at a certain level whereby they can comfortably show off, you try to show off even better than that. So that's where trouble starts. So you need to know that your spending need to be something that generate a long-term benefit, not something that short-term. So usually I will tell people, okay, so you go and buy a BMW, this month, and you better think of the payment, the years of payment you have to pay for the BMW that you just bought. For the month that you just bought, everybody will congratulate you after that. Well, no one will take a second-hand look at you. So celebrate with caution. Celebrate to show some gratefulness for what you have achieved last year, but keep it at a level that doesn't hurt your own pockets. Okay, so you still need to celebrate. Rock wealth star is a very celebrative star, so you like to celebrate. You like to bring everyone together to show people that you can do it, stuff like that. So take a look at the G Earth. Okay, now we're gonna go to the Geng Metal. Okay, so Geng Metal also have their particular hurting officer star, and it is seated on the friend star for the year. So it's basically a lot of fans cheering for your name or cheering for your success. So it's basically quite good. It's quite a good year, but just be careful of the friend pushing you towards the wrong direction. So you are driven by the crowd. So you know that there's this thing called crowd mentality. So just be careful of who is actually driving you. So take a look at that. Month energy is indirect resource. So indirect resource learned by observation. It learns by forward projection. It basically is a pattern recognizer. So what does it tells you is that it is a good time for you to observe, right? So take a look at what others is basically doing, and then try to formulate, get some intelligence out of it. Or what should you be doing next? So be cautious of jumping into action. So be very careful with forming conclusion prematurely. Give yourself some time to digest information before making any action plan. So you need to know that the basic characteristic of a Geng is that it is somebody who is usually very not able to wait for things to happen, so they want to jump into action. The sort they want to jump into action straight away, with the crowd cheering, pushing out the ego, and using intuition to make conclusion. So you can see that the entire situation right now is very reflective. It is not something that you are really think about. So you need to think a little bit about the situation first. So your task this month is just to collect data. Okay, delay any action. Again, beginning of the year only, so you don't need to jump all over the places like the Energizer Bunny. So collect all the data first, then do some processing, then later only we go into the action phase. Okay, Xin Metal. Xin Metal for the year, you are having a rock wealth on Eating God. Okay, so rock wealth a lot to do with competition. Eating God a lot to do with idea, a lot to do with entire idea of enjoyment. So you need to know our rock wealth is already a very enjoy, chill type of star. Plus the Eating God is also an enjoy star. So this year is gonna be a lot of enjoyment. Okay, so be a bit careful of overjoy, but very little negative connotation, unless the group of people that you are trying to compete with, people that you are around with, are actually not really too good of an influence. Then probably it's gonna be bad. So you take a look at that. Month is basically direct resource. So this is basically quite an auspicious month. Now you have your direct resource, direct wealth, direct officer. So they love this 3 direct. Okay, so they love this 3 direct. When they are together, is basically signal a very, very auspicious time. So time for you to snoop around your competitor turf, see what they are doing. Remember the rock wealth, right? Go around, look at the competitor, what they are doing, gathering intel, great for the entire year planning ahead. So be like that. So be cautious not to be too passive toward your competitor. So assumption that everybody will play fair is basically very naive. Need to be a little caution towards others to protect your own well-being. So because the month itself are basically quite noble for you. Direct resource, direct wealth, direct officer. So you are playing nice. But you need to know that your year is together with the rock wealth star. So they are going to be a very competitive year this year. So but a playful type of competitive. So it's basically quite okay. So keep an eye open on whatever that you are doing. Ensure that you know what your close competitor is basically doing, your buddy there. Okay, don't be oblivious with other people's intention. Can create a detrimental long-term effect, because your guard is down doesn't mean the other party is not doing something about it. So just be careful of the people you are mixing with. Overall should be quite easier to get past. Okay, Ren Water, always the favorite. Okay, always the favorite, the Ren Water, since I myself is a Ren Water. So take a look at that. So Ren Water is, the year is given indirect resource over rock wealth. So again, very high competitive year. Together with the rock wealth, together is always very highly competitive. And when you have the indirect resource, is basically a reflective type of competition, which means that the moment you see your competitor do what, that moment you would have to project yourself and respond. So it's what you call a tit for tat type of situation. I personally call this a photocopy machine. So what you do, I photocopy, and supposed to do, and try to see how to project forward with what the competitor is basically doing. So the month is going to be very aggressive. You're going to kick off with a 7 killing month, which means that you're going to run ahead of your competitors. You're going to charge ahead, do whatever necessary this month. So Eating God is together. So when Eating God and the 7 killing together, it basically is a neutralizing force. The aggressiveness of the 7K is basically under control. So this is an under control 7K, so it is not too dangerous to the people around you. So it's basically quite okay. So preemptive action, quick action, multiple different directions together. So that's what the Eating God allow you to do, is to expand option. So you're not going to attack one side, you're going to basically swamp everybody. So with a lot of execution. So your You remember, right? You're supposed to react towards your competitor, right? Give your competitor enough things to worry about that they themselves don't have time to react. So, multiple direction attack at the same time. Okay, so what you need to be careful of, because if you want to do a multiple directional attack, is be careful of over exertion of yourself, of the resource that you have when you multitask your action plan. So you do have limited resource. So try as much as possible to use free resource to get things done, which means effort, time. These are free resource. 24 hour you have it anyway. So if you're watching Netflix, please cut off your Netflix and do a few video for yourself, do some live stream, whatever it is, that basically can help you in propelling yourself ahead. So get the ball rolling, start fast, and once things is moving, start the next thing, and then go on as schedule. So this month is basically month for you to start is moving next, start is moving next, start is moving next, so that you have multiple stream of project going at the same time for the entire year. Not all will survive, but most of them would have created enough impact, and you would have created enough wave in the market so that your competitor is not able to directly stop you from any direction. So it's a good year for you to compete. Now the Yin Water, the Gui Water. Last year Gui Water wasn't going through the best of the year though, but this year they are mellowed down completely. So you have your direct resource and also your friend star together. This combination are actually quite good for healing. If last year you have been into a bit of a health issue, this is a great year for you to heal. Okay, so because both the direct resource and the friend star are pretty much very docile type of stuff. So it's like people supporting you. It's a very supportive, it's very nursing type of combination, the direct resource and also the friend star. Of course, in classic, learn from your friend. Okay, direct resource is learning, friend star is basically the group of people around you. It's a great time for sharing and also group learning. Oh, I'm very sorry. Okay, so let's take a look at that. The month is basically direct officer. Okay, so this is direct officer sitting on her hurting officer, so you know that is basically a clash with a direct wealth inside as well. So you're gonna have a race with your authority power. So last year if you are using the if you are basically using the energy correctly, last year was a very aggressive 7 killing rock wealth and also hurting officer year. So it's basically all out fight. So this year you are recognized for the fight that you have basically done. Your knowledge in the field is basically being recognized a lot. So leverage on that to gain higher status. This is a good month for you to take in the authority and go up above everybody else. So keep ego at check a lot, because the herding officer is basically an ego star. So herding officer is very egoistic. So because that's why they like the attraction towards themselves. So Chinese have a saying, since the yin is the big tree, Chinese always have a saying is that large tree will attract wind. 树大招風. So when 树大招風 is the wind is very strong, it can uproot and topple you, right? So don't be too overly confident or too overly egoistic with the recognition and the authority handled to you. You need to start to be humble. So action, be humble in the beginning. So take due recognition for what you have done. Be steadfast with the result. Build towards the result and not to be held back by fame. Right. So fame are usually very temporary. Fame come, fame go. So don't need to hold on too tightly to fame. So that's all your 10 master. And if you want more of this, anything that has to do with last year one, there's a lot of other material in Joey Yap TV, so you take a look at that. All right, so if you need to download anything, though, the notes is basically available at kevinchan.joeyyap.com, so you can go there and have a look. All right, so guys, we'll be back at the chatting session. All right, so at least today everybody is using a lot of. Okay, Elliot here. Okay, let me just pump this up. All right. Always forgot. So you're a newcomer. How do I learn BaZi? Assuming this is what you are teaching today. How do you learn BaZi? A big question to answer. Like how do you learn this? Let me see. Right. So it's a system that basically track the day that you are born. So it is written in the old Chinese calendar system, the solar calendar system. So we don't use any number to represent the calendar system. You still have a year, month, day, and also hour. We use a pillar. So when you take a look at it, the Geng Zi is a pillar. The Wu Yin is basically a pillar. So from the pillar, we extract information that basically tells how you would function, how you would process a certain data given the external stimulus coming to you. So it's basically a map on how you make decision. So a few of the information that you want to know is that there is going to be a public pillar, which is the year, how you would perceive public or how public perceive you. How do you connect to the public? So that's the most outer part. Then there's going to be the month, where it talks a lot about your main decision-making matrix, or we call it your career palace. A palace that talks about how you work, your inner working. This is also where your profile is basically generated, or in the olden day call your main structure. How you function is basically your structure is generated. Then there is day talking about your personal relationship, or how you like relationship. And also the hour talk about how you perceive future, everything that have to do with the future. How would you like to leave your legacy, right? So it is a great package to look at from the most outer part until the most inner part of yourself, how you function. So by studying all the 10 stems and also all the 12 branches, you start to understand the interaction of every year and also your luck pillar as to how they interact with each other on different areas, and how would you normally respond to those interactions. So of course, the next thing is that to learn how to change the interaction or how to augment the interaction. If the interaction is basically detrimental, harmful, or it is not going against your favor. So those are some that guidance that you can take a look. Of course, you can buy my books. BaZi Road to Success is quite a comprehensive one for you to take a look at. All this theory, or you can go for the what we call the textbook series, the BaZi Destiny Code series, which come with 5 volume of book. So that is also a good start for yourself, or for those who is a bit more what we call academic driven, go and buy the compendium. The compendium is basically a dictionary of all the BaZi stuff. Okay, great, Elliot. Okay, let's have a look. So water red month. Think fire year is Jia Wood. Good month to start new career. Every month is good month to start new career actually. Why do people like to look at when is a good month to start anything? Starting something does not equate to you being successful or being able to survive the journey. So don't just start something. The first question is the entire journey even worth you traversing? So you need to understand, are you working in your best, most comfort energy area? So everybody will have a comfort energy area, which is the energy that is usually the highest inside your chart. So that's the comfort energy area. Then second thing is that to know that the annual, the luck pillar and also the annual pillar, how does it augment your natural energy? Does it pull it down? Does it charge it up? Then take a look. Then after that only you decide whether this year is a good year to start something. So when I look at start or not to start something, it's basically skill set acquisition. So you got 10 profile there. There's 10 different skill set that If given the full opportunity, you should learn all 10. But of course, we understand that it's not possible for you to be proficient in every single one of them. So you may want to target certain energy. If you look at the profile, if you look at your profile section, there's going to be a natal and an annual. You look at those that whereby the annual is spiking up quite significantly, right? Maybe 30-40% higher than normal. So those are the ones that you may want to target to learn those skills. So once you know that skill set, you need to take it and plug it back to your entire BaZi journey plan. Then you take a look, is this year a good year to basically a push over? You take a look at it. So Sheng, let's take a look at yours, right? So your young water red month is rabbit, so you have a rabbit month. So now rabbit this year is pretty much quite okay. So you need to know that the year interaction with the rabbit. So rabbit interacting with the rat is basically called an uncivilized punishment. So since it's in the month, be careful of sexual harassment inside your office. So you need to see that you are the giving end or the receiving end of the entire spectrum. So ungrateful punishment has a lot to do with the people that you trust the most violating that particular trust of yours. So just be careful of that. So usual example we give is sexual harassment. Sexual harassment is basically the biggest trust violation ever. Okay, let's look at this. Fifi. Fifi, I am Yi Wood Day Master. So it's a Yi Day Master, it's a Yin Wood Day Master. Let's go back to the Yin Wood Day Master. Need to scroll back to the Yin Wood Day Master to take a look at it. Okay, Yin Wood Day Master and Ji Mao Man. So again, it's a rabbit month. So those are I explained to you already. You're gonna be a Ji Mao Man. So your month is basically a uncivilized punishment for the year. So and then you're gonna have your tiger and also wood. So wood is basically rock wealth and friends. So wood is basically rock wealth and friends for you. So you do have a heightened or what we call a very prominent wood month. Should you go all out to present yourself at work? Should I remain silent and play safe? A lot of support though this month, so you are full of rock wealth and full of what you call a friend star. That means that there's going to be a lot of like-minded people, a lot of support. Okay, see what you want to do first. So I will usually look at two things when the rock wealth and friend star is a bit prominent. First of all, right, are they at the quality that is required first? Is this group of friends at the quality that is required? Usual example, if you're going to learn swimming, you're going to bunch of good friends that doesn't swim, they are useless. You want to start a business, your group of friends is all employee, your business is not going to go anywhere. So that was the first criteria I take a look at first. I want to go, are you with the group of right people first? Because the group of right people will drive you to the right direction. Wrong people drive you to the wrong direction. Okay. So second thing is that if the group is not correct, where is the correct group? Go find the correct group of people. Use this month to insert yourself into the correct group. Okay. So having rock wealth, having friends star together also mean that you are more likable and agreeable this month. So it's easier for you to step into any group because you will emulate their culture. You will also emulate the way that they work. So they are more acceptable for you to join them. So use this year for use this month for infiltration for yourself. Jia Yin Day Master, okay. Geng Woman. So first of all, Geng Woman being horse, rat. It's a clash, and you are doing sales. What can I do to hit sales target for this year? Okay, so first of all, Jia Yin. Okay, Let me just get this one. Now, when the month is being clashed, you need to take a look at your entire working module. So the month control how you function predominantly or primary functional way. So in programming, if we take a look at that, that will be operating system. Your operating system is going to be shut down by people. You're not going to be able to function as how you would normally function. So you would have to find a new way to function. So in business sense, this is called creating a new product. You cannot be doing same old. So you are, if you're currently doing sales right now, right? If you're still going to stick to the old method that you are doing sales for the past few years, definitely it's not going to work. Find a new way to do sales, right? Find a new way to basically do sales. So take a look at what is basically clashing in. Water clashing in are resource stack. Resource stack clashing in means that what the market demand from you right now are fact, experience, and knowledge, and this need to be provable fact, provable knowledge, and provable experience. So concentrate on using that, then you'll be fine. So if you are still creating story out of the blue, trying to wow people with unverifiable facts, you're gonna get into quite a lot of trouble this year. Okay, so go by knowledge lead. Juliet. Ren Day Master. Yes, hello, fellow Ren. Born on Ren Ziman. Okay, great. Zi and Zi is called a grand duke. Great year to change job. Nope. How's your career lah? Can get famous very easily. Okay, so look at the effect of grand duke. When you have same come up together, is basically called double charging. So you're on turbo. Okay, so when you're on turbo, everybody is looking at you. So the idea right now is that you are being scrutinized from all directions. Tell me, if you're going to be scrutinized from all directions, do you want to go to a new job? Okay, so would you like to be scrutinized in an old environment whereby you are familiar, comfortable, you know who is who, you know who are the players? Or would you like to go to a completely new environment whereby you don't even know who is your enemy and who is your friend? So leverage on the energy to basically make small promises and deliver upon them, so people know that you're reliable. Do not make any big promises. Any grand duke year, right? No matter who's the astrologer, they basically tell you to stay low profile, don't stick your head up for anything. It's basically true. So if you make big promises, everyone looking at you. If you fail, if you come short, everyone know that you can't deliver. So if you are making small tiny promises and you deliver on all the small tiny promises throughout the year, you will be the champion at the end of the year. Everybody will remember you as somebody who delivered your promise. So use the fame in that method to help yourself, to leverage yourself up. And Xin Day Master, born in Horseman. Another one born in Horseman. If I want to start a business this year, what aspect should I focus on? Market research. Nobleman luck this month. Okay, so I want to start a business. I wouldn't start on the clash month. I would start on the clash year, seriously. Actually depend on your situation. I would say that it depends on your situation that you are basically in. So a clash on the what you call month pillar basically mean is a change in your main mode of operation. So if normally you are not doing business and now you change to do business, then it is a change of your mode of operation. Very obvious change. But the negative connotation is that a clash is a forced change. So you are not starting the business on a voluntary term, but you are starting a business because maybe you got no other choice. Okay, so again, now you take a look at your year, Rock Wealth, Eating God ideas, steal ideas from your competitor. If you're going to start a business, right, look at what your competitor is doing. That is basically a Rock Wealth, your competitor, and then you innovate on the thing that your competitor is basically doing. So you need to do some market intelligence gathering from your competitors, and then you want to change the way that things is presented. So just make it one up a bit more better. Yeah, Keith. Let's look at Keith. You are I'm 丁巳year. Okay, year not much use. 丙午 month, so you got a 午 month. Why so many horse month? 壬寅 hour, 丙午 hour, 壬寅 hour. I'm assuming 壬寅 is your day. Alright, so 丙午, yeah, so is 丁巳 year, 丙午 month, 壬寅 day, and 丙午 hour. Horse and tiger having health issue. Yeah. What should you think of hearts? If horse is being clashed, the Ting fire always represent the heart. So take care of the heart. The issue is usually blood pressure. Okay, not really the heart, it's the blood pressure that is basically forcing up. So you do have a Zi, which is water. So water increases blood pressure, your blood flow. So take a look at the heart. Okay, and another room, south here. Move away from all the rooms. It's pretty much quite simple. Located in the east. So of course, get away from the east first. This is basically a 5 yellow. Another room is south. 2 black and 3 killing. Which one do you want more? 2 black, usually the sickness is a bit more slower. Okay, the 2 star is progressive sickness. 5 yellow is basically chronic sudden sickness. So heart attack is 5 yellow. It's never 2 black. 2 black never give you heart attack. Okay, so take a look at that. If I were you, I would just avoid all of them. Avoid all of them. And for mitigation purpose, there's actually no real mitigation. So we will ask people to put sufficient amount of metal. Metal energy will dissipate the 5 yellow and the 2 black. Basically, both of them are earth energy. Earth produce metal. So you put metal there, it will reduce the effect of the earth. So what does it mean reduce? Let's say 5 yellow, you're supposed to lose a hand. Now you lose 4 fingers. Are you okay with it? Better than losing a hand, no? I don't know. So you need to make a bit of a judgment for yourself whether it is critical or not critical. So just bear in mind, right? Sleeping in the area is actually completely fine. Sleeping there will not activate your 5 yellow or your 2 black. But if just in case someone activated it and you are still sleeping there, then that's where the problem is. So that's why a lot of time we ask people to move before anything happens. Cool? Alright, so your spouse, Yin Metal Tiger, Man Yin Metal Rabbit. Okay. And then year is Ping Fire Tiger. Good to change new job. Why I like to change new job? Okay. Why always want to take a look at changing new job? Here's the thing, right? No matter how many job you change, the job will not make you better. Okay, get that particular point clear. It's not the job responsibility to give you a comfortable earning. It is your responsibility to contribute and add value to the job. Stop trying to change the job to make yourself better. Change yourself to become better so that the job and the entire organization can become better. So it's all go back to the entire idea of understanding your own natal chart. What is your main contribution? So you just look at your profile, the 10 of them, top 3 is usually your main contribution. So if you can understand the top 3 profile, you know what you are supposed to do. Then you know that you understand what is the industry of comfort. The highest energy industry is usually industry of comfort. So you can go into the industry of comfort and contribute to the right profile. You will basically make any organization a better place. And that would be much more better than always, I want to change your job, change your job, change your job. I mean, seriously, if let's say that, your son is not performing well, what are you going to do? Change the son? Husband, this son doesn't seem to be working out well, right? Let's change it. Let's have another one. So less of changing, more of understanding how you can contribute into the entire system. Joyce, Gui Day Master, Ren Man, okay, Dragon, not bad. Ping Chen Ye, 2 Dragon. Opportunity to work, but I need a few weeks to meet a 1-year tenure to apply. Will I have a chance this month? Okay, so now directly you take a look at Dragon Rat is basically a 3 harmony combination. So Monkey Dragon Rat is a 3 harmony combination, which means that there are external force coming to help you. So anything to do with combination, basically you are pulling energy from outside. There are external energy coming in to basically assist you. So good chance if you take a look at that. If we just take a look at it from that. But here's the thing, right? So you have a dragon, you've got a rat is there. The monkey is quite far away. Monkey is like another 6 more months to go. So, you need to take a look at it from that point of perspective. So I don't know how your entire interview process is going, but basically in terms of obtaining help, you are able to put in external energy, and it's multiple direction energy. So Sun Zichen is, it's 3 harmony is basically much more stronger type of energy. So seek help. Do look for help. Joe, GF Day Master. Okay, GF Day Master. Hour is Xin Wei. Don't really read too much about the hours. All right. So again, hour is about your future outlook. So concentrate more on career a bit. All right. So Ren Chen again is a dragon. Okay, Dragon Man. So great. So you know already, dragon is a half 3 harmony combination of monkey, rat, dragon. Okay. So you have direct wealth on my month chart. Okay. Ren Yang Water. Does it mean that your career will be more suited if I work for a company, since it is not in direct wealth? Nah, you don't read it in that particular manner. So now you see, doesn't matter you are in a corporate job or you are in a business or you are in whatever that you're basically doing, right? Main fact is that you need to work. There's no difference, or else who's going to get the work done, right? Somebody need to get the work done, right? So the difference between corporate and business is like this. Okay, corporate is in a more structured environment. When you are in a corporate, you take care of one tiny section of the entire system, so you don't need to worry about other things. So this gives you a little bit more what we call security or comfort, because you don't need to take care of the entire thing. When you are in business, everything is you, right? You are the sole determinant on the survival of the entire business. You are to build everything. So there's no structure in a business for you. So until you can create the structure. So some people are better at a non-structured environment. Like for example, the indirect wealth survive much better in a non-structured environment. The direct wealth survive better in a structured environment. So if you want to do business, your first challenge is create structure for yourself. If you can create the structure, which usually take about 3 to 5 years for the business to mature, then you're fine. Or you need to get people who know how to create structure. That's all you have to do. So There's no story about whether corporate or business, which one is better. Is structured, non-structured. Are you somebody who can take care of multiple things moving at the same time, non-structured environment, or somebody who can take care of a one small island, right? So those are basically structured environments. So either way it will work, because a non-structured business will eventually grow into a structured business. Having a bit of a flu, so everybody will run away, right, when you hear the word flu nowadays. Okay, Jeremy, Ping Shi Day Master, so the Ping Day Master. Month is Jia Xu, year is Ji Hai. How is your month for career luck? Nothing much. The dog doesn't really interact with the rat too much if you're talking about your month. Your dog and rat basically doesn't really have a lot of interaction, so it's a what we call a normal month. So your career is basically normal. Alright, so nothing is coming in to give you a scare. Also, nothing is coming in to give you a push. So if I were you, if you got anything that you want to plan and do, get it done this year. It's a no obstruction year. So get the thing done. Plan and get it done. Wins. What to watch out and how to mitigate for Jia Wu. Our since the nothing to watch out. You don't even have a horse inside. Alright. So again, depending on what you want to do, Vince. Right. So your question is like, what to watch out for if I'm driving a car out on the street. A lot of things to watch out for. Pothole. I don't even know where you want to drive your car to. Alright. So take a look at that. But you don't have a horse, so there's really nothing big that you want to do. So Jia Wu hour, so you do have a horse in the hour. Okay. So you have a horse inside the hour, then the chase is basically in your forward thinking. Okay. How you look at the future, so now you need to determine what is future. Children, subordinate, employee, students, your thought, your aspiration, investment, these are all future. So you need to take a look like what is relevant to you right now. So there's going to be a change in one of these aspects. So take a look at that. That will be the first place for you to take a look. And Vince, next time if you ask, right, don't ask for mitigation. Ask for which are the part that is good that can you push up. All right. So no point mitigating the bad thing, because in a span of 12 years, everybody will clash. So why bother with it? Rescue it after the clash. Men Hui, Ping Shen, born in Ding Chou. Okay, Chou, good. Ox is quite nice. Will your business be able to pick up? Now, so this is a very big question when asked, business is able to pick up. Do you even know your business? Where is the problem? Is it a product problem? Is it a marketing problem? Is it a team problem? Is it the entire general idea problem? Is it a cash flow problem? It's going to be a lot of problem that you need to take a look. Then only can you basically fix the situation, and who is at your disposal. Your business is not a one-man show, so you need to understand that everybody chart, the 10 profile, you're going to have those that is high. That's going to know nobody got everything 100%. So how are you going to build the team? So the portion that is basically defective right now, are you even qualified to fix it? So if let's say that you got a marketing issue and then your herding office eating god is basically right at the bottom, it's not something that you are capable of fixing. So being creative in the marketing side is just not your forte. So if you're trying to fix that this year with those kind of, it doesn't matter what chart I give you. So with the Chou though, so Chou got your 天一贵人, got your a few other 贵人 together. Basically, you are able to pull in solution. Okay, so the keyword is pull in solution. Okay, please use other people skill set to get the solution done. All right. Antonius Tan. Wow. It's a very unique name. Antonius Tan. Alright. Any advice to find a job in this difficult time? Yeah, define difficult. 丁是贵是庚午甲戌. So so your month is Geng Wu. Got a Wu in month also. Starting a business with no rock wealth also hard. So again again when your month is basically being clashed, mean that the way that you work need to change. Okay, that is the main thing that required a change right now. You need a what we call a reboot or a hard reboot on the way that you are working. So again, you need to go back to now. Direct thing is that would you be able to find a job this year in a clash year? Here's the data. You will be forced into a job that you don't like. Just take it. Pay the bill first. That's my advice to you. So being forced into a job is better than zero job. So I'm thinking that you are in a time whereby you got no job. But if you're currently holding a job and you're looking for a job, forget about it. If you can retain the job, it's already quite miracle already. If I were you, I would do whatever possible to just retain the job first. You do not want to go out and look for a job during a clash month, when your month is being clashed. Okay? Regina, let's have a look at it. Just gone through 20 of DE luck pillar. Okay, I'm still on my DE, so what's the big deal? How can I do well this year after completing the DE? Day Master is Kui Chou. Anything with DE, right? DE is just prioritization wise in DE. Whatever that go into DE got prioritized low. So once you get out of your entire DE, your prioritization is basically reshuffle back. That's all. Nothing is special, but everybody got DE. Everyone. Okay? DE happen when you have 10 stem and 12 branches. 2 branches, no stem. That's where the DE come from. So it's basically leaking chi. So when a chi is leaking, we call it defective. Everybody have 2 defective profile. Everyone have it. So don't need to be I'm on DE. Okay. Everybody will go into DE, just that some are more severe. The one that is on your natal chart is basically the most severe. Then there are years whereby you go through DE, that 2 particular year, it become very telling that you are not paying attention to that 2 energy pattern. And of course, there are going to be years whereby you go into DE. I'm calling it the blur case here, but actually DE is quite blissful. So you are in a stage whereby you are a bit more blissful over things that you don't want to know about. So there's really nothing much to do about DE, but you need to understand what is in DE first. Wow, Lakina, Yi Day Master. Chen Man. I have court complaining up later this month. Do you think I can finalize the issue? Okay, court issue, you need to take a look at Qimen. Alright, so BaZi are more adapted for long-term planning. I personally use BaZi for long-term planning because of the luck pillar and also the annual. You can basically see a storyline. Once you see the storyline, you can basically do a bit of knowledge tweaking here and there to make the storyline more solid, easier for you. So it's like you got a case. Case is basically a one-time event. It's a one-time event in the timeline. That one you use Qimen to solve it. So try and get a Qimen consult to basically get that one done. Keith, Ren Water Day Master. Ping Woman. I got so many woman, man. Ping Wu Ao. Big impact on your career though, so you take a look at it. Ping Wu Man is gonna be, even doesn't matter if you're in business or you are in career. So let's talk about career first. Ping Wu Man working condition is already changed. Ping Wu hour, your subordinate is basically changing. You change, support also change. Not fun, right? So if your business management change, our employee change, and you may lose faith in your future. Seriously, not a fun combination to deal with when you have your inner thoughts and also your external expectation changing at the same time. So my advice to you is to switch to other pillar, to take a look. You can seek refuge in the other pillar. Always try not to fix a situation when it is in clash. It is not a good time to fix it. I wouldn't make too big of a business decision this year. So your health, you need to take a look at a few factors. What is too much, what is too little, and what about the resource star? Is the resource star having problems? So if you take a look at it, Ren Yin, your resource star is basically metal. So you do have a resource star on the year. So your resource star is active. So your health impact couldn't be that bad. Doesn't mean that you are impervious though. Ting fire hour. Ji yin earth. Xin yin metal. Xin yin metal. Month and year. Okay. And born in the year of ox. And you don't have the rest of the animal sign. Alright. So just want to tell you, alright, the year animal sign in the entire reading is actually the most useless animal sign to read. The year animal sign signifies your social circle. Not very important. Social circle is not very important for most of us. Unless you're a celebrity, I think that is good for social circle required in celebrity. If you are a politician, then the social circle is your voter. That is important. If you're in business, then the social circle is your market. That is important. For most other people, missing a few friends doesn't do anything at all. So don't need to look at year of the ox. You need to look at your entire chart to have a look at how to leverage on it. Okay, so you do need to look at your entire chart to know what to do. The entire planning need your entire chart, not your year. Okay, so but the ox is basically quite okay. So you know that the ox has a lot of auspicious, helpful stuff. So you want to look for a job. Where should you go? Ask a friend. Okay, ask a friend to basically help. Go public to basically help. All right, so you have received enough help for your situation to basically secure a job. Geng Wu Day Master Jacqueline, Ren Yin Man, a Tiger Man, dog year doing sales. Again, why want to change job? Every time people ask about changing job, right? The question is always, why do you want to change job? Why do you think that changing a job would solve your problem? So you just take a look at the situation, right? You change a job, you are bringing you over to the other job. Whatever problem that you have created is created by you, by your participation. And when you go to the new job, you're bringing you inside there. You will be creating the same thing in the new job environment. So try to understand what you are doing in the job first, and then try to realign the thing that you are doing. Make sure you are contributing to the organization the best of your ability. Profile, top 3 is your easiest ability. So you need to go and take a look at that and then improve on those ability. Try not to do too much on this ability that is at the very bottom level. Those require a lot of time for you to build up. You may as well just let someone else do it. There are going to be people who's really good at doing those things. Just allow them the opportunity to do it. You just abandon it. Concentrate on the top and see how you can connect that ability into the job. Then you take a look at that. All right. So unless you tell me there are no job opportunity in your place, then that's different thing. So Jacqueline, take a look at that. All right. So guys, times is up. So I think there's quite a few more questions that you can take a look. So and very thank you for everybody. So have a great time. So beginning of the year of the metal rap. So let's take a look at it. All right. So see you again next month. So we'll be doing this again for the entire year. So for those of you who want to know about the year, just go through this again. So I've explained all of them, or you can go through my blog. Extensive has been written for both a Qimendunjia and also for the BaZi. So go and read that so that you know what is basically happening. All right, guys. Thank you very much. Bye-bye.